Hey, Libra, Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you your ends of the year reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, how are you winding down your 2024? You're starting off here with card 48. This is a burst of magic. I love this card because it is a sudden higher knowing, right? This can be an aha moment. So a lot of you are receiving information from the universe because you're preparing for a new journey is what I'm being told. You're preparing for a new journey, and I'm getting the Six of Swords. So some of you could actually be traveling, or you are on a spiritual quest to something more profound, something more meaningful, and you're opening up to it. You see that there's a lotus flower, and you see that there's a divine feminine arising from it here. Now, female or male, it doesn't matter, but the divine feminine within you is wanting to create abundance, wanting to nurture life and nurture herself. She's wanting to receive and take in the magic around her. And I feel like you are moving forward with more confidence that was challenged. Some area of your life you didn't feel confident enough, or perhaps confidence was stripped away, because it almost looks like she's rising up, but it requires vulnerability. It requires her to come up out of this place that may have been quite heavy, because in 2024, your overall energy is broken open. Card 28. Some of you could be 48 years old. You could be born on the 28th, or you could be born on the 3rd. I have 3 coming in here as well. But 2024 overall energy is broken open. So when this shows up, this is about loss, grief, or being in a place where your heart didn't feel as full as you would have liked it to feel. And you went through a lot of highs, but you also went through some significant lows in 2024. And it feels like you had to find that place of coming back home to yourself. And you went through a transformation, hence the lotus. You had to really dive into that spiritual side of yourself. And you're rising up here. And at the end of the year, this month, you are rising up, and you're seeing that everything that had potentially, quote unquote, broke you wide open, it actually happened for you. It happened for you to grow and to evolve and to be more compassionate and more loving and kind and tender to yourself and to those that you love. And I also feel like you're channeling some powerful energies at this time. You could be channeling emotions of pain or emotions of anger, right? Emotions that felt very uncomfortable, because we don't feel uncomfortable when we're happy, when we're joyous, right? Sometimes it can feel foreign, but typically it's the emotions that instills some sort of uncomfortability. We don't want to feel a certain way, but I feel like you had to go through whatever had broke you wide open in order for you to fully rise up into this lotus position. Now, where are you going in 2025? You have the time machine. Hello, Libra. Now you're jumping into a new timeline. Like I said, there's a new journey here coming in for you. And what are timelines? They're choices. And you're making a new choice to act, to respond, and to move forward in your life in a way that maybe you never have before. Because I have a feeling that this journey ahead is somewhere where you've never been. And right below it, and I haven't taken this many cards because we're only looking at the first 3 that come out, but Spirit is saying look at the 4th because this is a sneak peek. This is the power of purpose here. Card 18. And so there is something about your divine purpose. This is seeing your unique self for who you are. This is about your place in the world. And I feel like you're jumping into a timeline that, yes, sometimes does make you uncomfortable. Sometimes it's going to be trusting in the unknown. But I actually feel like this is very beautiful. You're coming into a beautiful time of awakening. And I love this time machine because it actually is highlighting 4 numbers specifically. And for you, the numbers that are highlighted, Libra, there was one other sign, maybe it was Gemini that also received this, or Cancer, I can't recall, but the 12, the 1, the 2, and the 3. Now we're in a 12 month right now, and you can see the 12 at the very top, and then the rest kind of blend, but the number that stands out here is the 3. And it's interesting because you also have 3 at the top. I just noticed that. But you see there's a 3 right here. So March could be a really, really big month for you. Now, Libra, March is also the beginning of the astrological new year, but it's also the beginning of Aries season. And Aries is the opposite on, the astrological wheel, the opposite from you. So there could be something that, yes, it's scary because it's new, but it's exciting at the same time, and it's fulfilling your purpose and mission here on earth. So let's keep going and see what this looks like. Now we're going to take a look at the current year, 2024, in a nutshell. Spirit, tell me about 2024 for Libra. What has Libra been going through? What has Spirit been going through? Well, you are Spirit. But let's take a look here. 5 of Pentacles. Some of you, this is a dark night of the soul. Some of you have gone through a loss of home, a loss of identity, a loss of who am I without this person or without this thing in my life, right? Something or someone. Some of you felt quite lonely. And don't get me wrong, you may have had a lot of highs, but I feel like you had some lows where you really did feel, again, uncomfortable because you were broken open here. This makes sense because 2024 energy, you have the broken open card, loss, grief, disappointment. There could have been changes financially, changes health-wise for you. But when you come out of a dark night of the soul, it's profound and your life is never the same. And something that I say often, Libra, and maybe you've heard me say this before, the comeback is stronger than the setback. And I see 2025, especially with the time machine, it's like you are jumping into a completely different reality. You're playing with different realities. That's what the timeline is. And what does that mean? It means you're making different choices. You're not staying stuck in the old tall tales, the old conditioning, or the old pains, the old hurts. And that's why you have this burst of magic here in December, because you're rising up out of it. But boy, oh boy, did you ever think you were going to come out of it? Sometimes you thought, is this ever going to calm or recede, or are you ever going to feel better or to move onward? And I feel like you are, absolutely, but it feels like you hung on, right? There's something about hanging on. You can see that this pangolin here is hanging on to the branch with his tail, but I feel like you're letting go and you're spreading your wings. So whatever heaviness you have gone through, you've learned valuable lessons. Now, sometimes that 5 of Pentacles is money or health issues. It can be bankruptcy. It can be, not having enough or feeling like that, right? That can be a fear of not having enough. 5 of Pentacles can be a job loss. It can be going into debt. It can be illness. It can be feeling left out in the cold. But I see a comeback. I see a turnaround. You may have done a lot of massive healing around abandonment or rejection, Libra, whatever dark night of the soul was for you. And some of you, This goes beyond 2024. So maybe even I'm getting like 2019 was a big year for you. And then 2022 may have been a big year for some transformations to occur. But let's look at the lessons that you've learned this year. What are some of the lessons that Libra has learned this year? Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this for you, Libra. You have the world. You have packed a lot of lessons into 1 year is what I'm getting here for you. This could even be something that was drawn out for many years, but this was a big year for you to finalize or to complete some sort of a cycle, some sort of a journey. And I told you in the very beginning that your soul is opening up to something brand new, that Six of Swords energy. So whether it is, again, travel, relocating, moving, really expanding your consciousness, your awareness, your business, your love life, you have the world here showing up as the lessons. And when the world shows up as the lessons, there may have been a delay when it comes to your gratification. There may have been a delay when it's come to some new beginnings. Now, delays are there to help you really look at things from a new perspective, right? Sometimes the universe puts out a stop, right? It puts out a forced stop, like the Hanged Man, right? And we go through those 4 stops to take a look at our beliefs, to take a look at, a new perspective, and to let go. So if you have gone through some delays, one of the biggest lessons is letting go. That's not a fun or an easy lesson to learn. If anything, Libra, it's one of the most challenging lessons to learn here on Earth. And this is about a beautiful beginning ahead, okay? Beautiful beginnings. And you've learned some lessons around endings because you realize that every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, just like the song says, right? So within endings, there is magic and there's beauty. Yes, there's also grief and loss, but you are a Libra and you know how to balance out the two. You realize that that's part of life. Now, the World card here with the macaw talks about sacred contracts. Some of you, there was a sacred contract that came to an end. And because you felt very much attached to this was a difficult one for you to let go. But you're spreading your wings. And I think we said that even before this card came out with the macaw. You're spreading your wings, and the macaw is colorful. It's not just a one colored bird, right? You have the blues, communication, throat chakra. You have the reds, the root chakra. This is your stability. This is about your sense of belonging. You have the beautiful yellow, which is your confidence. It's your personal power showing up. So those 3 colors are really highlighted for you as you move forward into 2025. So again, blue, throat chakra, communication could be a big part of who you are, which you're an air sign, Libra. I'm a Libra as well with an Aquarius moon. So that throat chakra is always activated. That is our creative expression. It can be that you are being called to use your creative expression and put it out into the world in a big way. This is also about some new sacred contracts coming in for you and opening the door to infinite possibilities. The world is one of my favorite major arcanas because it's one of those energies where it's time to give yourself a pat on the back. It's time to say, wow, I've learned valuable lessons here on this earthly plane. And you're opening up in ways that you never have thought possible. Some dreams that you had thought were never going to manifest for you, you're seeing that there's opportunity out there, but you're trusting in this or something better. And that's what I always say, Spirit, it's either this or something better. And that allows you to trust that no matter what, even if it doesn't show up in the exact form that you thought it was going to, you're trusting that something better is coming along. And I see that happening here, Libra. All right, let's look at how you are winding down 2024 when it comes to your relationships and your emotions. What do we have for Libra? Emotions and relationships. How is Libra ending the year? With relationships, which could be family, friends, lovers, children. What do we have for Libra, please? Three of Cups. Oh, look at you and your little family here, Libra. Now, this could be a family dynamic. This could be your besties, your soul tribe. The Penguin card is beautiful because this is about celebration. So when it comes to your relationships and your emotions, your heart is full. This could be your soul group. This could be spending time with your children, your grandchildren, if you're married, or even if you're not. I feel like you're connecting to a community. And if you're not connecting to a community, you're connecting to a part of yourself that feels whole, just the way you are, right? And you're nurturing yourself, Libra. Even though there's more than one energy here, the cups is overflowing. And this is also connecting to your spiritual self, your higher self, and celebrating all that you are, all that you have become, and even celebrating the parts of yourself that you're excited to explore as you move forward on your spiritual journey. I see you also getting focused. It says time to focus here with the Three of Cups. This can be paying attention and listening to those around you. This could be paying attention and really honing in on your emotions. Now, sometimes as having double air in my top three, I tend to rationalize my feelings instead of just dropping into my feelings. But these days, I feel like I've really worked well on that. So Libra, this could be something that you are doing more of, is dropping into your feelings instead of having the head figure out your feelings for you. Right? The head is constantly going to weave stories or tall tales around conditions that you've gone through or experiences that have hurt you. When you fully drop into the body, when you fully drop into partnerships and engage in this heartfelt energy with others, that's when you truly feel alive. That's when you're truly able to feel a plethora, a wide variety of colorful emotions. Okay, these days, it doesn't take much for me to shed tears when I'm watching something heartfelt, or when I'm listening to a profound story, or, one of my children says something, or I feel a moment of pride, right? I feel like emotions are so much a part of our human experience, and it's important not to suppress them. It's important to honor those feelings. And when it comes to relationships, you do good at those. That's part of your calling. Part of being a Libra is learning from the relationships in your life. So let's look at career, work, and finances. How are you winding down your 2024? Career, work, and finances, Libra. What is that looking like for you? All right. The Knight of Cups. Someone is opening up to their intuitive, creative side. Now there's that throat chakra. Look at the dolphin is showing up mostly in blue. So there's definitely creative expression and expansion happening for you. When this Knight of Cups shows up, this is joy. This is you loving what you do and having a lot of new ideas when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your work. And I see that your heart is full here with, I'm getting like brimming with fun, bringing joy back into your career. If you felt like things have been too serious, the Knight of Cups comes in and reminds you to have fun. Just like the dolphin is very playful. The dolphin is enjoying being of service in some ways, right? Making one laugh. So some of you could be someone who helps others. You lighten the load of others in some way just by shining your beautiful light here, Libra. And when the Knight of Cups shows up as career, there's a new opportunity here for you. This is emotional depth when it comes to career. If you're not feeling joy in what you do, that's what's changing. That's the timeline shift happening, because you're like, why am I staying in this timeline? If this doesn't fulfill me, if this doesn't make me happy, I'm going to choose a new path. And therefore, by you choosing and making that choice from the heart, because we see the heart showing up, then you're going to signal to the brain, say, okay, brain, I've made a conscious choice, and now you can help me figure out how. And I feel like that's you jumping into a timeline. Now, for those of you that currently love what you do, I feel like you're branching off and learning more about, some discoveries and how to make it flare with that burst of excitement and burst of magic. This is about you showing up and bringing fun and laughter to the mix. Now, the fact that it says trickster on here as well. Now, some of you may have felt like you were tricked when it comes to finances. You may have felt like you had an idea, but then it's like that idea, maybe it was stolen, or perhaps you didn't act on it and it went to someone else. I feel when it comes to your finances as well, you could be working with a divine counterpart. You may be working with a family member even, but as long as you are making choices here from the heart and letting then your brain help you figure out the rest, I feel like you have some beautiful new beginnings coming in here, Libra. So opening up to that throat chakra, communicating your needs, being an effective communicator and listener. And then I see the yellow, confidence here, right? So confidence in who you are, confidence in your skills. And if you are thinking of honing a skill, right? This could be a new class that you take. This could be a workshop. Maybe you're thinking about going back and gaining some sort of higher education because this is on your heart. This is a choice that you are making. This is the green light to move forward. All right, let's look at health and well-being. How is Libra ending 2024 in terms of health and well-being? How's Libra's health? How's Libra's health? Seven of Pentacles. You've been assessing. You've been really tuning into your body. You have the rabbit here. This is the lucky rabbit's foot, but it's also about constancy. It's about staying on top of whatever health goals that you've set out for yourself, but it's also about perspective. So where are you investing your time and energy into your health, and what is lacking? That could be another timeline that you are shifting, because there's a little bit of a detour. Spirit is saying it's time to get back on track, or it's time to get back into investing in your health, maybe a little bit more, or your well-being, in order for you to move forward on this journey. Spirit wants you to be in the best possible mindset or the best possible shape that you can be. So if you have stopped to analyze, if something doesn't sit right with you, this could be the time to book that doctor's appointment, or to talk to a nutritionist, or go see that shaman or that Reiki practitioner. So I feel like this is a really great time for you to take inventory on what needs to be looked at or improved when it comes to your health and well-being, because you're going to reap what you sow. If you eat a bunch of sugar, right, and if you drink a bunch of alcohol, or if you overindulge, you're not going to feel good. That you're going to notice that. You're going to notice how your body's responding to the certain things that leave you feeling depleted or even defeated. Some of you may have got off of a good health routine or a good cycle that you were on. You may have stepped off, which many people do over the holiday season, right? But I feel like you're trying to be mindful. You're trying not to overdo it. You're trying to moderate, but I do see you getting back into a better healthy routine come the new year, okay? Now let's look at what's your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. Where is that at? winding down 2025. 2024, excuse me. How interesting, because I keep wanting to shuffle the cards face up. So it almost feels like you're seeing things. You're able to see or become aware more so now instead of things feeling hidden. I feel like you've raised your vibration, Libra, where you see things beyond. Like you see beyond the ordinary. You're able to see through the surface. Spiritual energy and inner fulfillment for Libra, please. Spiritual energy. Whoa. Okay. We have some cards showing up here for you, Libra. All right. Do we want all these, Spirit? Okay. We're going to use these, but this one here, the Hierophant. Well, talk about spiritual energy. It says spirituality right on it. So this is your inner fulfillment. You get joy and spiritual satisfaction when it comes to tuning into your crown chakra, tuning into maybe oracle and tarot, when it comes to meditating, getting out in nature, bonding with your higher self, working on healing the parts of yourself and growing and evolving. Libra, you are someone who takes great pride in who you are spiritually. And I feel like this is also big business. Some of you are focusing a lot of your spiritual energy towards business or towards being all that you can be here with the Stag. There may have been a path that you were traditionally going on, but I feel like you're breaking off and you're doing your own thing. Okay, so this is what's fulfilling you, is you've learned the basis, or you've learned through maybe society, you've learned through education, you've learned through experience. But then over here, it's like you're putting it all together and you're saying, all right, this was thrown into the pool, but now I'm able to decide for myself how I want to use that information. And if it doesn't stick with where I'm going, then I can let it go. I don't have to be held back by certain things that I was taught, because I'm expanding my mind. And I feel like that's what truly fulfills you, is maybe taking a path less traveled, or for you to be able to think for yourself. But yet again, take a look at everything that you've learned to date, but then look through the eyes of your spiritual lens. And that is what truly fulfills you. I love that Hierophant coming in. All right. What's the best energy to focus on right now? Best energy to focus on right now? The Six of Wands. Hello, Libra. This is one of my favorite cards when it comes to the minor arcana, because this is shining your inner light. It's a moment of glory. So a lot of you are focusing on your Six of Wands at this time. Some sort of success, victory, leadership, achievement. Maybe it's public recognition. Some of you are getting recognized for the work that you're putting out there, getting recognized as a spiritual leader, getting recognized in a romantic sense or in a family sense, because you've been overlooked. You've been orphaned at some point or another. And there's this new you emerging that may even be unrecognizable to some. But I actually feel like you're standing proud. You're standing in the Stag energy here with the Hierophant. So some of you are spiritual leaders. Okay, some of you are here to teach others a better way based on everything that you have learned and everything that you've been through. I feel like you're able to help guide in some way. And that's part of your calling. That's part of your purpose. And that's why you have this power of purpose showing up at the bottom here of divine, of the time machine. And how interesting. It's like two portals showing up with the time machine. So you're definitely traveling to an important sacred soul contract. And this is one that you will feel very happy in. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to never face another challenge, but I definitely feel like you have emotional maturity and wisdom and intelligence to hit it big, whatever that mean for you. Hit it big in love, hit it big where your health can make a complete comeback or a recovery. Hit it big in your business, your career, your successes. The Six of Wands is that firefly shining that inner light bright. So there is a moment of glory coming in here for you, and this is beautiful. Now, what are your aspirations over the next 12 months? The goat. I love the goat. The greatest of all time, Libra. You are striving to be the greatest of all time, right? For you to bring in rewards, generosity, and to establish boundaries that help you reclaim your power. Some may look at boundaries as, stubbornness, but it's very important that we hold boundaries because that means that we are worthy of respect. It means that we are worthy of knowing, this is where the line is and this is my dance space, this is yours. And we can blend beautifully, excuse me, but it also is about synchronicity. It's about leading and following and leading, right? It is a dance. And so what you are focusing on in the next 12 months is this Six of Pentacles. This can also be an unexpected gift or a resource coming in for you. This can be about helping others. It's about an exchange. It's about sharing your knowledge. It is about, the student and the teacher as well. So I'm loving the Six of Pentacles coming in for you. Now, Libra, what empowers you to reach this Six of Pentacles, or what is motivating you? What is empowering you? It's the Tower. It's the Tower. It's your newfound belief system. It's your newfound energy because you've shed an old skin. The Tower is change. It's transformation. It's liberation. And look at what color that snake is. Do you see a common theme here in your reading? And as I say that, the background light is that bright, beautiful blue. Someone may love to wear blue. I know I do. Someone could have blue eyes. Someone is really working with that throat chakra energy. And you're not holding back. You may have a story that wishes to be told. You may have an idea that is wishing to be expressed, right? You may have something that you are ready to launch out there, but you've gone through some towers. I see that, but this is what is motivating you. So remember, we talk about those emotions such as anger or, fear, whatever those emotions are. I feel like you are using that as a motivator, and this could even be good emotions as well. There's a whole wide range, but you're using what you've built. You're looking back and saying, I know that it's not going to crumble this time around, or if it does, I'm going to trust in the process, but you're coming at it from a new angle. You're coming at it from a new skin because you've shed your skin here, Libra, just like the snake sheds its skin, and you're coming into you're being born in a new way here. And you are being transformed and liberated from whatever this Five of Pentacles was for you. Some sort of loss, some sort of, heartbreak, or whatever broke you wide open. The Tower is motivating you. And whenever we have something huge like the Tower that motivates us, it tells me that no matter what, you're going to come out on the other side, right? You are going to have the push that you need. You're going to have that momentum and that burst of energy, that burst of magic to get you through anything. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish when you have this big of energy motivating you. All right. Now, the Tower is about destroying old structures. This is about new beginnings. And for some of you, you have had an awakening, maybe even a near-death experience. And guess what? This is also Aries energy. And didn't I say that earlier? I thought I said something about that 3. Yeah, we talk about Aries season, and this is showing up as Aries energy here. So March is a big month for you, Libra, where you're going to see that the structures that you've been building, something is quite profound. Let's look at that. What could possibly challenge you first? And then we'll take a look at where you're headed. Now let's look at what could challenge you, Libra, in the near future, or what's challenging you at this time. Okay, what do we have for Libra? The Ace of Swords. The truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth with the hawk here. This is the Ace of Truth coming in. It's a conquest. It's clear vision, and it's discernment. Now, when this challenges you, It can be indecision at times. It can be miscommunications at times. But what is this really about? It's that throat chakra. Closing down the throat chakra could really pose a challenge, but you have it showing up so often that you're not going to close down. I feel like even though this is coming up here as a challenge for you, this is what you're rising up into. And the hawk has focus. When they are focused, there's nothing that they cannot catch with their claws, right? Catch with those talons. And I feel like there's a conquest. There is a vision that you have here, and stay clear on that vision, and then leave it to the universe. Say this or something better. This is my vision. Now you can help me. I'm going to take one step toward the gods. They're going to take 10 steps towards you, Libra, but have discernment along the way. But allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to expand, but also this has to do with the mind. So use the mind to help you build, not destroy. And if it is destroying, it can be a little bit of both. Use the mind to destroy old structures with the tower, right? Use the mind to help you rebuild, because where you're going is far better than what you're leaving behind with that 5 of Pentacles. Last but not least, where are you headed? Now, if I didn't say this already, Libra, stay tuned. Next week's reading will be your 2025 yearly forecast. I'll be doing a breakdown of each individual month. All right, where are you going? 2025 sneak peek. Where are you going in 2025, Libra? Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. Look what you have. Oh, look at the sweet bee. The sweet bee is the wheel of fortune, luck, life cycles, and major karmic events. This is a powerful energy to be in. 2025 for you is destiny. It's fate. It's a turning point. It is a new cycle, a new journey where life is renewing itself because you went through some sort of maybe challenging karmic experience with the 5 of Pentacles, some sort of loss, something with health, something with money. Okay, it could be a relationship. There's been something that you've endured and it's been difficult. It broke you wide open. But here you have some good karma coming in with the bee. You have something quite profound lining up for you, Libra. And I feel like this changes everything. This changes the way that you view yourself, the way you view the world. This is going to show up as major abundance, possibly fortune, possibly even fame for some of you. This is big. And I see here, there's a lot more balance and peace coming in too. And it's a balancing of the body, a balancing of the mind, and a balancing of the soul. I want to get one more, Libra, one more, even though that kind of leaves it expansive. I want to get one more with that Wheel of Fortune because I'm nosy, because I'm a Libra as well. Let's look. Ooh, okay, see? I told you, we're getting a few. We're getting a few here. So we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. You're gaining new perspectives. You're breaking out of self-imposed prisons. This is all about the mind. So the mind had kept you feeling a bit trapped. And when the woodpecker shows up, you've all heard a woodpecker before. They're loud. They get your attention. So it almost feels like something has been grabbing at your attention. And now you're able to shift perspective. What does that mean? Making a new choice to jump into a new timeline. You have the High Priestess. You have this inner knowing, Libra, this inner knowing of balance, intuition, and secret knowledge even. It says secret knowledge, and the spider is actually a very lucky omen. The spider weaves its beautiful magical web, right? Think of Charlotte's Web. And I feel like anything that you are wanting to catch in that web is activated for you in 2025. And then lastly here, one of my favorite aces, the Ace of Wands. the squirrel. You're going to get a lot done. You're going to be busy. You're going to be preparing. This could be a very fulfilling, prosperous, abundant year for you, because what do the squirrels bury, right? They bury their nuts and they bury, the seeds, and they preserve. So something about long-term goals as well. This is about inspiration and a bright future. Especially if you've had some false starts, Libra. This Wheel of Fortune is changing everything, saying, okay, you had a couple of false starts in 2024. You may have had some setbacks here that may have played with the monkey mind a bit, that may have distracted you, that may have put you in that self-imposed prison. Like, okay, right when I think I'm about to start or launch, I get held back. But that's why you have this inner knowing. This high priestess within you is activated, and you have this beautiful gift of the Ace of Wands coming in. I'm loving that for you. Libra, if you like this reading, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And thank you so much for being here. Lots of love.